What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. And today was another rocky day in the markets, man. So we continued to sell off from yesterday. This morning, I think Palantir was up. It definitely was up. I took some gains on one of my calls that bounced back, but the rest of them going back through it. You know what I'm saying? Other stocks tanked too. I sold some positions. I started some new positions. So we're going to talk about it all. So as y'all can see, they hit me today for like 600-700. At one point, I think I was up 500 today when Palantir was up. But when they sold back off, I went back down. So let's show you guys the positions for the day, man. So as y'all see, my Palantir calls, the new ones that I've been rolling since last Friday, just going through it. Some of them I don't even know gonna make it. So let's show y'all what happened. So one of the calls I had, one of the shorter dated calls, it actually went green. I was probably up 20%, 18%, something like that when we were at 75 today. So I took that one off just to take some risk off the table, take one when it was green. I could have actually took this one, this January 24th $100 calls down 35% because it was like flat green. I tried to let it go, but as y'all see, that didn't work. So that one's not looking good. And this January 3rd call is not looking good. It's already down 50%. So it's going to be make it or break it for that one. Yeah, those might go down. You might see me roll them, sell them, whatever. But yeah, those are in trouble. Now, as far as the other calls, the March calls, I actually doubled down on the March call today. I bought another one. I sold some other positions. I'm going to show you that and use that money to buy another one of those March calls today. So yeah, and the other one I bought earlier when I took that $600 profit or 500, whatever it was yesterday, that one's down 35%. So those are my new calls. The ones I've been holding the longest for now, those are up 61%, 50% still, and we still got 61 shares of Palantir. I think I bought another $5-10 worth of Palantir today. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Palantir. The big deal tomorrow is we got CPI data. So if CPI data comes in cool, this thing's going all the way up. And if CPI data comes in bad, those shorter dated calls going to get hit, and even the other one's going to get hit, but I'll probably be buying the dip if something like that were to happen. It depends on how it happens, how much it happens. You know, we'll talk more about that a little later. So, you know, Patterson Energy is still, you know, just going around because we still waiting for that to take off. Actually, you know, it's not time for the energy plays yet. But we had Qubit went back up today because, you know, in the stock market world today, Google announced a breakthrough in the quantum computing world. So due to that, their stock's going up 4%. And I actually thought it would cause some of the smaller quantum computing companies to sell off because I would think Google's taking their lunch, but it was actually quite the opposite. They actually had a good day. I actually need to look more into it because I heard some stocks was up like 40%. I need to go look into that. If anyone knows what stock that is, let me know. So next, SoFi. SoFi is also getting hit on the sell-off. It might be getting close to a level where I need to buy it. I still got my 7 SoFi calls. The short-dated one, that's one of the calls I sold. I think it was maybe at like a 20-something% loss, something like that. So I sold that and used that to buy that Palantir call I showed y'all. That was one of the ones I sold. SoundHound call, it's basically flat. It was up a little bit, down a little bit, but SoundHound did sell off today. So, you know, it went down, it's flat. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Uranium Energy, like I said, uranium's not ready yet either. So, you know, we just letting that sit. We might be adding to that because that's such a small position. So, those are those positions. So, yeah, Oklo was down today. I actually might be selling Oklo. I don't know because I don't know if I'm going to add to it or not. Some stocks I got just to look at how they perform and things like that. Nvidia was down. I actually added to Nvidia. I think about $5-10 worth of Nvidia today. Nike still hanging in there. It's still up. MicroStrategy and Mara are down. Yeah, MicroStrategy and Mara are down. You know, Bitcoin still going through its changes. But, you know, we holding that for a minute. So we're not worried about that. Microsoft is actually flat today. What did Microsoft do today? I gotta actually check that. What did Microsoft do today? Let's see, man. I ain't even check it, but Microsoft, you know, it's doing its thing. We're gonna be adding to the Microsoft position. Like I said, I think it's gonna actually do get affected by the ChatGPT situation sooner or later because they're integrating with the iPhone this week. They just announced the video creation tool. So I think sooner or later they're going to be here. So my Cameco play, I actually had to get out my Cameco play to add to the Robinhood. I mean, not to the Robinhood. I'm going to tell you about Robinhood. To add to the Palantir play. Not because I don't think Cameco's good play. Because like I said, I don't think energy is necessarily ready yet, and Palantir has a dip. So I want to try and take that opportunity, see what happens with that. You know what I'm saying? See how low this dip goes, see what kind of opportunities we can get for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did with Cameco. GEO is still hanging in there. And we actually bought Google, you know, on the quantum compute news. We might starting a position in that. And the newest position, we finally got us a Robinhood call, people. Finally got us a Robinhood call. Robinhood finally tanked low enough for us to be able to get involved. It seriously tanked today. I got an alert at a level I set. So we bought a call, got it for May. We're going to see how it go. We flat on it for now. Advanced Auto Parts, you know, it's hanging in there. It's pulling back, but we up on that so far. And we're going to see how that goes. So at this point in the game, we got to really look at what's going to happen tomorrow, man, because tomorrow's CPI. Tomorrow is CPI, and if CPI comes in bad, like, we really need a number, like, hopefully, like, under 2.7. A number under 2.7 would be really good for us, you know what I'm saying? That would help us get back to mooning, but if not, we could be experiencing a dip these next 2 weeks. And, you know what I'm saying, I don't want none of my investors to get scared out here. You know what I'm saying? If we do dip, you might see me rolling some short-dated calls. I might roll some short-dated calls into long-dated calls. I might buy the dip with some of the money. If I really see certain technical levels break, I'll buy puts, but I don't necessarily think it's time to do that yet. But I'm just really watching and waiting. So we're going to look at some of the stocks, show what they did today. Yeah, I was looking at Microsoft like I thought it was flat today. It was down 0.6% today. NVIDIA was down 2.69%. Like I said, I bought some of that. They just punishing NVIDIA. Everybody forgot about NVIDIA. I ain't mad at it. Tesla up 2.8%. They was all the way up to like 407, 409. Elon's really breaking out right now, people. Elon's really breaking out. I heard someone say they think the robot could be the greatest total addressable market in the history of finance. And that sounds like the type of money getting opportunity I need to be in, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep loading up on Tesla, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to show my Tesla position, but we up to like $200-something worth of Tesla today, you know, buying it with profits from this train. So Apple keeps hitting new all-time highs slowly but surely. So that's looking great for my Apple call. Hopefully that'll keep going up. I can finally get some money off that Apple call. We got, Palantir was down today 2%. I would have bought the dip on it, but not going into CPI because it could dip again. I'm going to wait to see what happens with CPI before I really seriously buy the dip. So yeah, Microsoft was flat. SoFi was down 1.8% today. Amazon was down. IonQ ended up down. Oh, that's odd. It was actually up when I sold my little IonQ because I sold my IonQ shares and I used that to buy, the little Tesla and NVIDIA Palantir I bought today because I got the Qubit card now and Google's doing quantum computing, so I ain't really need that much exposure. Yeah, Robinhood fell 5.5%. That's why y'all see me get in today. Let's see what else happened. Rocket Lab was down 1.6%. So basically the market was red. HIMS was down 5.39%. I was thinking about getting in that, but that's another one I didn't want to go in too hard right before CPI because you might see me seriously get hit tomorrow. If this number comes in, cool, and I take some action, do some dip buy-in, do all types of activities. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's look at some charts, man. Let's look at some charts because it's actually starting to get interesting. So on Palantir, we fell all the way down here. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best dip in the world. It's decent. Like, I don't really have a fair value gap here. Order block, we broke one of my fair value gaps, which is cool. That was the first one. As to be expected. We do got this EMA here at $70 if you want to do that. I'm not the biggest EMA fan. I would prefer we fall maybe into the 68, 69 range. I actually need to look at the 4 hour to show y'all what I'm looking at. This range right here, because we did hit this fair value gap on the 4 hour. So that's not as strong as the hour, but that is a decent spot. Like I say, if CPI comes in good, we'll bounce right off of that. But with CPI coming up, there's no point in taking this necessarily too serious. The real level, if they really send us down, would be like the 65 area. I don't know if they're going to be able to knock us down that low. But if we do, that would be more of a low-to-bow area on Palantir. So that's what I'm looking at on Palantir right now. So On Nvidia, let's look at Nvidia. They just been doing it to Nvidia, ain't they, people? Let's see, Nvidia back at 136. Let's see. Oh man, that's decent. That's decent. So they fell into this little order block, and they're in a range that they bounced from before. Like, they came all the way down here, bounced before it wicked, and we're coming into the same range, and it's holding ground. It's actually in a similar position to Palantir. If it wasn't for CPI, you could buy here expecting a bounce, hoping for a bounce, or you could wait for it to break this area and maybe short it. But I wouldn't really want to do nothing going into CPI. But that's where we at. So yeah, the market's kind of holding right now. You know what I'm saying? It's tanking, but it's not the worst in the world. If you've been in, if you loaded up at the highs, it might be kind of ugly. Like for example, the calls I roll, people who like their whole positions there are probably going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just profits for me trying to go for another round, so it's not as big of a deal. But what I would tell people right now, we're going to really see what happens tomorrow. And if we have a serious dip, don't get too scared, because that might just be the buying opportunity we looking for, people, because everything been going up. Everybody been complaining that they can't get in, and now they finally giving us a chance to get in, man. Oh, and last but not least, I had to sell half my Archer position. I forgot to tell y'all that on the YOLO update. I still got more Archer over there in Robinhood, but Archer is one of the stocks I sold to buy that Palantir call. Not that I think Archer's going down, and that's why I still got another Archer position in one of my other accounts. It's just I want to double down on that dip. But it's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Let's keep printing this money.